going to go ahead and get started. I was trying to get the TikTok live stream working, but it didn't want to, but that's okay. Hey there, friends. Meteorologist Shane Smith here, live on Facebook and on YouTube. And it looks like we're live on TikTok. I just can't open the chat. So if you're watching on there and have questions, be sure to hop on over to Facebook or YouTube or ask them, or I'll try to monitor it as I can. I'll see if it lets me watch my own feed while I'm live. New frontier, friends. All right. So here's the breakdown for tonight. We are watching some severe weather ongoing across portions of Kentucky. In fact, the Louisville Metro currently has a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's zoom in, pause the radar, take a look at what's going on with it. Right now, the National Weather Service up in Louisville seeing a severe thunderstorm capable of producing quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds for the city of Louisville, including Jeffersonville, St. Matthews, Linden, Prospect, Hurstbourne, Windy Hills, and Anchorage. And that is going to go for about another 11 minutes or so until 6:30 p.m. So the heaviest of the action is right now over downtown Louisville. But we do have more storms popping out to our west. You can see some severe thunderstorm warnings over into southern Illinois. We've got a few storms popping in north central Kentucky and southwestern Kentucky. So we are going to watch the potential of severe weather tonight. Also, if things look a little different than normal, I'm covering KYT this weekend, so I'm not in my normal location. If you have questions, post them up in the chat. I will try to answer those as I can. Question from Justin Tackett. Any of this heading towards Pike County? Justin, if it gets to Pike County, it is going to be late, my friend. We are talking late, after midnight. And I think most of it should die out a bit before it gets to you. Same thing for you, Austin. If it holds up and gets to Pike County, it's going to take several hours. Be well after dark. Kind of same story in Syersville, Kevin. Actually, guys, what I can go ahead and do, I got the HRRR model pulled up. I can go ahead and take a quick look at it. So this is the future radar product from that model. So this is what the radar will look like at 9 o'clock tonight, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So it looks like the bulk of it is going to stay up north of the Mountain Parkway. If this model is correct. And we will, of course, pull up new runs of that model as they come in. That's the nice thing about the old HRRR model, is it does update every hour. Madison County, Lone Wolf asking about it. Worst of it should go north of Madison County. Trish, same story in Hazard. Worst of it should go north of that. Not expecting any severe weather tonight in Laurel County and Wilma, at least not in the short term. We'll have to wait and see. Maysville may have some pretty good thunderstorms here in about 4 or 5 hours, Dancer. So Maysville may see some thunderstorms, at least the bigger thunderstorms in 3 to 4 hours. You do have this little one renegade cell southwest of town popping right now. That looks like it's more on a trajectory for Flemingsburg, but that you may have some cells behind it pop and move into Maysville in the next 2 to 3 hours. So any thunderstorm that goes up tonight, going to be producing heavy wind or heavy rain, excuse me, damaging winds. The hail threat is minimal, but it's there. The tornado threat is minimal, but it's there. We can take a kind of a look at all the risks tonight. Let's pop those up for you real quick. So here is the current severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. And you know, if you were watching on WKYT this morning when I was on, you'll notice this has changed a little bit. They did add a slight risk, a level 2 out of 5. So once again, not a major severe weather outbreak, but at least a few warnings are possible tonight, especially in northern and central Kentucky. I kind of think the best area for storm development tonight. Is there a telestrator in here? Oh, storm track. Oh, here we go, pen tool. I think the best chance of severe weather tonight is going to be in this area right here. That little blue kind of oval shape that I have horribly drawn. You got to forgive me, I'm drawing with a trackpad, no mouse right now. We can break down the individual risk. Here is the wind threat from the Storm Prediction Center. They're saying that area in the yellow looks at a 15% chance of damaging wind tonight. Remember, they classified damaging wind as any wind gust over 58 miles per hour. So that is a good chunk of the state they have that threat under. And then a 2% tornado risk for all the areas highlighted in the green. That was 0 earlier. So there's just enough low-level spin that we've got to at least watch out for the threat of those tornadoes. Austin, I am off next weekend from WKYT, and I will be back on the weekend after that. You can see, looks like the worst of it has passed our camera in Louisville right now. Whoops. I was trying to blow that up bigger, but I don't think that's going to quite work with this one. I'm going to have to do me some of that Ryan Hall code foo and code me up a camera system. By the way, I say that lovingly in case you guys didn't know. Ryan was my intern back in 2014 at WYMT. He does a phenomenal job covering severe weather. So once again, severe thunderstorm warning continuing just a little bit longer for Jefferson County. Wanted to jump on here, show you that there is quite a bit of lightning with that storm. We also just received a 1-inch report of hail from downtown Louisville. So this is on the east end of town now. It's heading up 71 towards Crestwood and LaGrange up into Oldham County. Would not surprise me to see that storm warning get carried on into Oldham and over towards Carrollton County here in the next little bit. So if you know people in the path of this storm up in north central Kentucky and up in the Louisville metro area, let them know. Hit that like and share button. It helps out a lot. And I'm going to be on here for a little bit. We'll probably stay on until about 7:30 or 8 o'clock tonight, just tracking these as they pop up. I'll answer questions as these storms develop. Luckily, it's just the one right now. You can go out to the big picture and kind of show you what all we're playing with tonight. Oh, there's that new severe thunderstorm warning I said would probably happen. This does include LaGrange. It's a new severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Clark County and south central Indiana, Oldham County, and northeastern Jefferson County, and that's going to go till the top of the hour at 7 o'clock. National Weather Service Doppler radar indicating 1-inch hail and 50-mile-per-hour winds possible with this thunderstorm as it is pushing up out of Louisville and towards LaGrange. Some of the folks in the path of the storm: Brownsboro, Park Lake, Crestwood, Pee Wee Village, Ballardsville, Buckner, Centerfield, Cedar Point. Y'all are in the path of the storm. Probably want to go ahead and take cover. Also over towards Skylight and Owen, Greenhaven, Russell Corner. This thing is going to follow right along the Ohio River and Interstate 71 heading northeast. And it is moving northeast at about 35 miles per hour. So at that rate, it's covering about a county per hour. So if you're just joining us, I'm meteorologist Shane Smith. I'm a Kentucky-based meteorologist, and I typically just cover Kentucky weather, although I will answer questions outside of Kentucky if you do have them. We're tracking some thunderstorms moving into the bluegrass tonight. Warmer air is rolling into Kentucky ahead of a warm front, and that is causing all sorts of thunderstorms to develop. And on the backside of the storm, we've actually got winter storm warnings back off to the west over towards Casper, Wyoming. Wild. Here we are, almost exactly the middle of May, and winter storm warnings across the plains. Also, a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings over in southern Illinois. And then, obviously, the big severe weather outbreak tonight is back into portions of Nebraska, where they are going to be dealing with gorilla hail tonight. Also in northern Missouri, we're talking massive hailstones. But here in Kentucky, not looking too bad right now. Also, trying to get logged into TikTok to monitor the chat, so there we go. Worked to that time. Cool beans. So if you have questions about the severe weather, let me know. Once again, this doesn't look to be a major severe weather outbreak tonight for Kentucky. But there could be a few storms go severe. Damaging winds is my main concern. We could see some wind gusts, 50, 60 miles per hour, maybe some 1-2 inch diameter hail. Not out of the realm of possibility. See some questions on TikTok. Ohio may get a few storms tonight. Nebraska is going to get rocked tonight. I don't know specifically if Omaha will, but there is at least a chance. I suggest following your local meteorologist or checking out my buddy Ryan Hall. He's covering that one. I am focusing mostly on Kentucky and the surrounding area tonight. Support your local meteorologist. Fort Worth. Not looking too bad. Fort Worth. Let me see where that is. Not seeing a Fort Worth. If you can clarify just a little bit where that is, I will be happy to answer your question. All right, so just to recap and reset the stage, I'm meteorologist Shane Smith. We're covering severe thunderstorms in northern Kentucky right now. There is a chance of some severe weather elsewhere across the state later into the evening. Just got a question on Facebook. Harold Turner asking, how about Hazard? Harold, right now, Hazard not looking too bad. The worst of it looks like it's going to be north of Hazard. This is right now looking like the best chances of severe weather are going to be mainly north of the Mountain Parkway and the Bluegrass Parkway. Also, you guys will forgive me if I sip on some Gatorade while we do this live stream tonight. I am still recouping a little bit from that 5K. Doing a 5K with no training was an experience today, let me tell you. It was good. We also, yeah, same for Breathitt, Stephanie. Breathitt should be mainly good tonight. The big thing we got to watch out for over the next couple hours, y'all, is, let me switch radar sources real quick, is what happens as these storms pop and develop. Like, we do have storms popping right now north of Bowling Green, between Bowling Green and Louisville. If those get a little bit more intense, we could see some interesting action in southern Kentucky. Right now, it looks like the best ingredients for severe weather are north of I-64. I'm going to show you some of those ingredients. So I've got the Kentucky Mesonet pulled up. So what I've got pulled up is dew points. Dew points, it's a measure of moisture in the atmosphere. When the temperature drops down to the dew point, atmosphere becomes saturated, can't hold any more moisture, and you just start wringing all that moisture out of the air. So dew points in the 60s are considered humid. You get into like mid to upper 60s, that's tropical air. You get 70 plus, that's just like downright oppressive. So we do have a lot of spots tonight with some dew points like mid 60s or higher. So that is providing quite a bit of thunderstorm fuel out there. So that is one thing we are monitoring. He may have seen a funnel cloud. There is a small chance of tornadoes tonight. It's a 2% risk. So, real quick, friends, I'm going to switch this map over. Let's take a look at the current air temperature. So we do have a lot of spots running into the low 80s right now. So with 80s and dew points into the 60s, that gives these thunderstorms enough fuel to blow up and get some pretty strong wind gusts. Not looking too bad right now, Prissa in Paintsville. You can see most of the action's like back up towards Louisville and northern Kentucky right now. So if you have friends in Louisville, Covington, Madison, Indiana, Vevey, Owenton, Carrollton, Kentucky, Warsaw, Kentucky, Sparta. Let them know. We got some thunderstorms coming their way. Tune in. I'll keep them updated. We do have a new special weather statement for portions of Spencer County and Bullitt and Jefferson counties. Just showing that we do have a pretty strong thunderstorm near Taylorsville, wind gust of 40 miles per hour, penny-sized hail possible at that. If you see these blue boxes tonight, these are what we call special weather statements. The best way to think of these is diet thunderstorm warnings. So they're not full-on severe. They don't have 58 mile per hour winds or 1-inch hail to be severe, but they are on the stronger side. So you see the little blue box tonight. No, it's not terrible, but you may get a little bit of a strong thunderstorm rolling through. Want to make sure the kids are in from playing. Shelter in place. Just get away from the windows. Don't have to go to your storm shelter, but just get inside the house and let those storms roll on by. So if you're in the blue box tonight, diet thunderstorm warning. You're in the yellow box, that's a full-on severe thunderstorm warning. Need to seek shelter and let that blow on by, because those thunderstorms, once they go severe, have the potential of 58 mile per hour wind gust or higher, 1-inch hail or larger, and those two things can cause damage. And I'll be bouncing around between the different chats, telling him. I think he will be okay. The rotation is not looking great tonight. Kansas City. I will pop over there just real quick and see. Most of the action right now is north of there. I'm not expecting anything in Texas tonight to answer your question from earlier. There is some pretty gnarly hail in northern Missouri and up into southern Iowa tonight. Just saw this report here near Trenton, Missouri. Almost 3-inch diameter hail, 2 3/4 inches. No, thank you. Seeing a couple inches or a couple of reports of 1-inch hail from the storm moving into LaGrange right now. Ballardsville up Highway 53 to Russell Corner. About to get a little gnarly up there. Some gusty winds, heavy rain, some small hail possible. A lot of intense lightning. So if you know folks up in that area, be sure to share the stream with them. And let them know they can tune in, and I'll be happy to answer questions. So these thunderstorms are being driven by the heat and the humidity out there. We do have a bit of a warm front just off to our north. It's moving through the region today. That's what brought those temperatures up to the 80s. And we do have that severe thunderstorm watch for the counties highlighted in the bright yellow. That goes until 11 o'clock tonight, so that does include northern Kentucky, Frankfort, Louisville, down to E-Town, over to Owensboro, and Evansville. So right now, that is the area we have the most focus on. That is where the best chance of severe weather currently is. Fisher Lawson jumping in on Facebook asking, what's summer supposed to be getting tonight? Well, we can pop up the future radar and show you, my friend. So give this just a second to load, y'all. Yeah, forgive me, I'm on slow hotel Wi-Fi right now. Alright, so here we go. Future radar. This is what the radar could look like at 8 o'clock. If that is the case, watch out Moorhead. That could be a pretty good little thunderstorm. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. So it definitely looks like the strongest of the action is going to be in northern Kentucky tonight. So Somerset right now looks okay. We'll have to wait and see if anything pops and heads in that direction. Once again, that's just one radar or one model's take on it. We use the old saying, models are guidance, not gospel. So we use it to guide our decisions. We don't take it as absolute truth. Madison, Indiana will get a few strong storms tonight. In fact, that is probably about 20 or 30 minutes from moving into downtown Madison right now. I don't like that. And occasionally tonight you'll see me switch over to our velocity mode. That scans the inside of the thunderstorm looking at the wind speeds, and we're looking for rotation. So you look for reds and greens next to each other. Thankfully, none of that. So we are live on TikTok and on Facebook and YouTube. If you enjoy the coverage, find some value in it, please consider hitting that like or subscribe button. And shares are invaluable. Share out what we're doing, trying to cover the weather here in Kentucky, and every view makes it a little bit easier. I appreciate all your support. You can find the handles on all the different social media platforms above me. So if you have questions about what the weather's going to do in your neighborhood tonight, post it in the chat. Even if it's outside of Kentucky, I'll be happy to answer right now. As long as the weather's not too busy in Kentucky. Kentucky's my first priority, but after that I'll be happy to talk about what's going on elsewhere. Happy to help, Ethel. Always happy to let folks know what the weather's doing here in the Bluegrass. Once again, we got another one of those special weather statements out for Shelbyville. Pretty good little thunderstorm about to head towards Shelbyville, over into the portions of Spencer, Shelby, and Bullitt counties. Could see some penny-sized hail and 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts in that storm as it moves from Flinchville and Simpsonville over to Shelbyville and eventually up to Mulberry, Christiansburg, Baghdad, and Cropper. So once again, the blue boxes tonight are what we call special weather statements. Those are not quite severe thunderstorms. But those storms may contain winds less than 50 miles per hour and penny-sized hail or smaller. Livingston County. Oh, out near Paducah. Crystal on YouTube asking, what's the weather looking like near Livingston County tonight? We'll swing the old radar back over towards Paducah. So there is Livingston County. Not looking too bad right now. We may have a storm or two develop tonight and head that way. There is a small chance of severe weather, although I need to double check and see. You guys are not under the severe thunderstorm watch, so I think the worst of it, Crystal, is going to be north of you tonight. Just given the first alert from my friends over in Owenton, this storm that's currently going through LaGrange holds on track. You're going to have a pretty decent little cell heading your way. This should go north of Frankfort along 127, but from Owenton all the way up to Warsaw, just be on the lookout. Strong storms heading your way within the hour or so. So if you know folks up near Owenton, Sparta, Carrollton, Warsaw, let them know. Share this stream with them. Let them know they got a strong thunderstorm, possibly severe, some 60-mile-per-hour winds, and some 1-inch diameter hail possible with these storms tonight. All right, so just to kind of reset the board for you, if you're just now joining us, we're coming up on 6:50. My name is Meteorologist Shane Smith. I'm a Kentucky-based broadcast meteorologist, and I cover the weather in and around Kentucky, but we've got a very large area of severe weather tonight. A lot of big hail going on in portions of Iowa, back over towards Missouri, Nebraska. You can check out my buddy Ryan Hall covering that. But we're focusing on the storm threat here in Kentucky, and we do have one active severe thunderstorm warning, a couple of special weather statements. We are keeping an eye on this pair of severe thunderstorm warnings in southern Illinois. If those do hold together, they will be rolling towards Kentucky here in about 3 or 4 hours. So right now we're just watching this storm. The main point of emphasis, the main area of concern is over into Oldham County. We have a thunderstorm producing quite a bit of lightning right now. Near LaGrange. What we can do is we can do a 3D slice of that thunderstorm. See how tall it is. 20,000 feet. It's not bad. The taller the thunderstorm, the better the chance of hail with it. So these areas where you're seeing that spike up, those thunderstorms are getting over 20, 30,000 feet in the air. Do have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning that has just been issued. This does include Oldham County, Trimble County, and Henry County until 7:30. National Weather Service Doppler radars indicate a severe thunderstorm warning on top of LaGrange, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. This storm contains 60 mile per hour wind gusts, nickel-sized hail. This could cause damage to roof, siding, and trees and shingles. Damage or storms in the or towns in the path of the storm: LaGrange, Newcastle, Bedford, Pendleton, Eminence, Campbellsburg, Bethlehem, Smithfield, Westport, and Oldham. So go ahead and seek shelter from that. Don't have to go full tornado shelter. Just get inside and let the storm pass on by. So this new severe thunderstorm warning is going to take us up until 7:30 tonight. So if you know folks up in any of those counties, or you're in one of those counties, share out the stream, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be covering it and staying with it for the next 37 minutes and making sure you know what's going on here in the weather in Kentucky. Our motto here: take care and stay weather aware. That's what we encourage y'all to do. We're not here to scare anybody. We're here to talk you through the storms, let you know what's heading your way so you can make the best decision possible to protect you and your family. Lynn asking on YouTube, are more thunderstorms heading towards Lexington? Good question, Lynn. There is the chance that as this line develops, it may expand southward and could clip the northern end of Lexington. That is something I'm watching closely right now. These storms are generally moving northeast, so if they hold on that track, they'll miss Lexington. But we do need to keep an eye out and see if anything else develops to the southeast as that big cell gets fired up. Also, if you're in Owenton or Owen County, just be on the lookout. You're not under this severe thunderstorm warning yet. You likely will be here in the next hour or so. Also in northern Franklin County, north of Frankfort near 127, Swallowfield, Poles Grove, back up towards the apple orchard up in Monterey, there in southern Owen County. Sorry, Lynn was processing a couple things, looking at things. Also, I'm on hotel Wi-Fi tonight, so the stream may not be the best of quality. Also, we are live on TikTok tonight, so if you got questions over there, post it. I am monitoring there as well as on Facebook and YouTube. And if you like what we're doing, hit that like or subscribe button. It helps out a lot. Shares help out a lot as well. I'm happy to answer your questions about the weather, not just in Kentucky right now, but all across the country. I know a lot of folks are busy, so I can answer a question or two while it's not too bad here. Kentucky's my first priority, but I'll help out other places where I can. We're going to swap back over to our camera network. So conditions are improving in Louisville after the storm, which is good. Oh, whoops. These thunderstorms are lifting to the northeast at about 35 to 40 miles per hour. So they won't stick around too long. Seeing a lot of lightning over portions of Oldham County and moving up into Trimble and Henry County. And this will eventually get into Carrollton County. So all those plus signs are lightning bolts within the last 30 minutes or so. So pretty loud thunderstorm moving through LaGrange over towards Newcastle, Campbellsburg right now, Sulphur, Bedford. This is eventually heading up towards Perry Park and Worthville. So if you have questions about the weather tonight, post them up and I will answer them. And as long as we have active warnings in Kentucky, we'll keep going. I am keeping an eye off to the south. Good news for like E-Town and Campbellsville. Those storms are dying off, so I don't think y'all are going to see anything. Although we definitely need the rain down there. The drought conditions are very, very real in southern Kentucky right now. It's one thing we may do here in 2 weeks. I'm going to be back up here again for WKYT in Lexington. I may do a get ready with me forecast video, show you guys what it looks like as I look at the data to put the forecast together. If y'all be interested in that, post that in the comments in the chat. Ethel Turner asking, do I think it will hit Perry County tonight? Ethel, right now, I think Perry County stays dry tonight. I think anybody south of 64, for the most part, going to be mostly dry, at least for the next little bit. We do have some new data coming in on the HRRR model. We can go over to it, take a quick look. So here's the future radar product from that model. This is what the radar could look like at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. So you'll notice the bulk of the storm staying well off to our north, not looking anything like what they're going to be dealing with out to our west. We'll let that cook for a little longer and come back and check it when we get some more hours in. But as of right now, Ethel, Perry County should be nice and dry tonight. Can't tell if that was just a smudge or glare coming on the light behind me. Normally I count on having one of those little desk lamps there to act as a key light, and don't have one tonight. There's the old media teacher coming out of me a little bit. In case you guys didn't know, meteorologist by night, media teacher by day. So we are still seeing pretty good returns on that cell, moving up into portions of Henry County. And Trimble County, moving out of Oldham. Not really seeing any rotation with the storm, just some gusty winds. Well, I say that. Here we go. New severe thunderstorm warning, including Owen County, part of Switzerland County over in Indiana, and Carrollton County, and Gallatin County. So you folks do have a severe thunderstorm heading your way, and that's a part of the country you're quite familiar with. Jason, Columbia should be good tonight. You guys may get some heavy rain Tuesday night into Wednesday, bud, but no tornado threat for y'all in the short term. So once again, if you're just joining us, we just had a new severe thunderstorm warning issued for portions of Owen County and up into Carrollton County, as well as portions of Switzerland County over in Indiana. So if you have questions, be sure to ask them, and I will answer them. Also, just had a report of a wind gust of 65 miles per hour over at the Mesonet site in Oldham County. Thank you, meteorologist Chris Bailey, for sharing that tidbit. Oh yeah, right there. So if y'all don't know what the Kentucky Mesonet is a high-density weather monitoring network. Updates every 5 minutes. It's a project put on by Western Kentucky University, and it is one of the best tools for monitoring weather and climate data across Kentucky. You can check it out, kymesonet.org. All the data from that is free to you, the taxpayer. That is a public service of Western Kentucky University. So that's a great way to keep track of the weather in Kentucky. They monitor it real time from 87 different sites. The eventual goal is to have at least one site in every county in Kentucky, and even more than that. Now, I will say this storm is likely a boomer. She putting down some lightning. It's likely a loud thunderstorm. If you are up near Interstate 71, let me know what you're seeing. You got photos, you can share those with me. S. Smith Weather on X, or on Shane Smith Weather, or Meteorologist Shane Smith, excuse me, on the old Book of Faces. Trying to pull up a traffic cam up around Carrollton. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me swap over to that. This is the traffic camera over in Gallatin along I-71. So you can see that sky is getting dark. Let me see which one that is. That is I-71 mile marker 61.8.
Do you want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
No, thank you. They're in Gallatin County. Robert, not looking at anything severe in London right now. Should be pretty quiet there overnight. Looks like Northern Kentucky's getting the worst of it tonight, my friend. So if you have friends and family up in Northern Kentucky or Southern Indiana, let them know we are live streaming. We are talking about this storm. Seeing gusty winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, some heavy rain, and quite a bit of lightning with these thunderstorms. They are pushing up towards Carrollton, Owenton, Vevey, Sparta, Warsaw, Sanders, Wheatley, New Liberty, Carson. I was moving northeast at about 35 to 40 miles per hour. Pop over and check the chat on TikTok. If you have a question, post it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer it. On TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. Carrier pigeon, X still works. Still call it Twitter occasionally. I prefer it Twitter. Ryan's got this. Ryan's big time. He's nationwide. I'm just focusing on Kentucky. Besides, the student has become the master as far as streaming is concerned. He is miles ahead of me. I could learn many things from him. Very proud of what that young man has accomplished. In case you guys didn't know, Ryan Hall was my intern back in 2014, WYMT, Hazard, Kentucky. He has gone on to completely redefine the weather enterprise, and I'm very, very proud of him. Jesse, yes, I will be back on WKYT tomorrow morning. So for those of y'all that may be in the Lexington television market, you can occasionally catch me on WKYT. I was on there this morning. I'll be on there again tomorrow morning from 5 to 7, or from 7 to 9, 7 to 9 on Sunday. And happy to cover the weather for my friends there. I fill in and help them out when they're in need, and I've had a great relationship working with them for the last several years, going all the way back to 2020 now. I've been freelancing for them. So that severe thunderstorm warning continues for Switzerland County, Carroll County, Owen County, and Gallatin County until 7:45. Doppler radar continuing to indicate a pretty strong thunderstorm near Newcastle. It is moving into Carrollton, Werveyville, Perry Park, Gratz, Monterey. I'll be in Owenton here in about 15 to 20 minutes. Vevey in about 15 to 20 minutes. My friends the Eadlins are watching. You guys may want to batten down. Get the chickens in the coop. Fun fact about Vevey, Indiana, now the home of one Kat Von D. So if you guys are familiar with her show, I believe it was Ink Masters. She now lives in Indiana, enjoying the quiet life. Got friends in Vevey, so always try to promote it when I can. It's a good little town, fun place to visit. Seeing a bit of a thunderstorm popping up here on 75 north of Georgetown, between Georgetown and Williamstown, right on top of Blanchett and Corinth, Stringtown and Cordova. This is going to head up towards Colemansville, Berry, and eventually over towards Highway 27, kind of shooting the gap between Falmouth and Cynthiana. So y'all may want to be on the lookout over that way. That's starting to bubble up a little bit. I'm good, Becky. How are you? Joining us on the TikTok. Jason on YouTube asking, why does the weather seem so out of whack now? April showers bring Mayflowers is true when I was a kid. This year, there were no showers. This year has just been a little bit of an odd year, man. We had one of the driest Aprils on record. I think part of it's just the pattern we were in, with that El Nino starting to take shape and the ocean current shifting a little bit. I think it just switched us out of the storm track for a while. Definitely made for drier conditions. We're starting to see some signs of that breaking down and us going more active and cooler for the next couple of weeks. So we may actually be warmer on Monday than we are through the first week of June, if you can believe that. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But just a little bit of a weird pattern right now. But you can get that when you get the changing of the ocean currents. If you guys haven't heard, we are moving from kind of what we call La Nada or Enso neutral into an El Nino, and it's forecast to be a very strong El Nino. So that'll play some major impacts on our weather in this part of the country. you have questions, be sure to post them up. I will be happy to answer them. Yeah, everything does seem a little bit off and out of whack. You're not wrong. I've noticed that as well. Definitely don't get as much spring or fall as we used to. We'll also say a strong El Nino typically favors more of a warmer and drier pattern in Kentucky, so that is something to watch for. So if you're just joining us at 7:20 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm Meteorologist Shane Smith. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. We are tracking thunderstorms across Kentucky, a few of which are severe, up near Owenton and Carrollton and Sparta. We do have severe thunderstorm warnings continuing until 7:30 for portions of Trimble and Henry County, as well as Owenton, portions of Gallatin County and Carroll County. So right now, it's just a wait and see game. These thunderstorms have had a history of producing hail around Louisville and west of Louisville. They have not produced hail in a bit, or at least reports that we've received yet. You can see those little hail markers showing up as the diamonds on the map, and it'll indicate how big they are. If you do see hail up in that direction, be sure to share that with the National Weather Service on X, and that will get pulled into that system if it is safe to do so. I'm going to refresh that image real quick. Oh yeah, it's definitely getting darker up there. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch for northern and north central Kentucky until 11 o'clock tonight. We are seeing those skies darken here in Lexington. This line is actually heading north and northeast tonight, Jason. So because we do have, it's being driven by that warm front, so we've got that warmer air. Oh yeah, I'm mirrored, so that needs to go. Yeah. That. that way. There we go. I think I haven't acted in front of a camera before. So that warmer air is driving in from the southwest and going northeast. So it's going that way. So all the storms will push to the northeast tonight. I'm not used to not having my green screen and map behind me. I'm used to having that behind me when I'm doing those motions. That is a part of broadcast meteorology that takes a long time getting used to, by the way, is behaving in front of the green screen and how to move in front of it. All right. So here is the game plan, friends. These warnings have about 6 minutes left on them. If they are allowed to expire, I may step away for a little bit. We take a little bit of a break. If it gets bad enough, I'll pop back on. If not, you can catch me bright and early on WKYT. So we're going to just wait and see what happens. I will say those storms are not looking as impressive as they were earlier, back when they were near Louisville, but they are still packing quite a bit of lightning and some heavy rain. But as long as there's an active warning, I will stay with it. This is not a bad thunderstorm setup. Just a few strong summer-style boomers. Also, we are fighting a lot of dry air in southern Kentucky. I think that's part of why we're not really seeing anything pop up there just yet. Go out to the big picture real quick. Ooh, tornado warnings over in Iowa. It's almost like there's like a little meso low there trying to form. Looks like they're trying to rotate around it. If you wonder what a meso low is, that's a small scale area of low pressure. Mesoscale. It's a meteorological term. It means small scale. Alright, so we'll be wrapping this up if no further warnings are issued here in the next 2 minutes or so. Let me post the question in the chat. You guys want me to leave the radar going so y'all can watch it? Or you want me to just pop back live if more warnings come out? What's y'all's preference? I'll let you decide. Any comments on TikTok? Whether we just leave the radar going or wrap it up and pop back if we need to pop back if it gets bad. Alright, I'm not getting any response either way. So what we will probably do is just go ahead and we'll shut down the stream. And I'll pop back in if need be. We'll just go ahead and let these expire, and once they expire, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. I can tell you in the long term, dry and warm tomorrow. We're near upper 80s in Kentucky. Near 90 on Monday, probably just shy in most spots. Tuesday, election day, thunderstorms late in the day. Wednesday looking soggy. Thursday morning looking soggy. And the pattern overall is looking active as we go into Memorial Day weekend. So that warning's got 15 minutes left. It goes till 7:45 for Owen, Carroll, and Gallatin counties. So 15 minutes left. Oh, here we go. They did expand it out. So I go into Boone County, Grant County, and Owen and Gallatin County until 8:15. So, folks in the path of the storm include Owenton, Dry Ridge, Williamstown, the Ark Encounter, Crittenden, Warsaw, Napoleon, Eagle Hill, Delia, Dowingsville, Jonesville. So, Weather Service seeing enough to keep this one going. Looking more rain, Jason, and it'll be late on Tuesday. We're talking like after sunset for you, most likely. One thing we can do we have the technology. We can take a look at that long range forecast while we're waiting. Give me just a second, guys. I will get that pulled up real quick. If y'all are curious about some of the weather software I use, my main radar program is Radar Omega. And the other system I use to show the model data is a program called Aguacero Weather. All right, you guys want to take a quick look at the long range forecast while we keep an eye on that thunderstorm? All right, so here's the European model. This is 5 o'clock tomorrow. We're mainly dry. Upper 80s, low 90s across Kentucky, if the Europeans to be believed. Monday, near 90 again. This latest run's going a little bit of a shower chance our way on Monday. That's kind of new. Curious. Does the GFS have that? Because most of the model data was looking dry for Monday this morning. We can compare the different models. GFS throwing a little rain chance in there, mainly western Kentucky. Waiting for the Canadian to load. I think we're going to be better off staying with one model. The hotel Wi-Fi is not liking that at all. Actually, let me go to a different source. My browser. Pivotal. Switch to global GFS. Here we go. This should be a little bit more low latency friendly ish. Alright, so here we are. Monday morning, dry. Few showers western Kentucky according to the GFS. Tuesday, few spotty showers. Here comes that line Wednesday morning. Although it's breaking that line up pretty good. Comes back to the north Thursday into Friday. Saturday morning, more rain. Sunday, more rain. Monday, more rain. Tuesday, more rain. That's the most active our pattern has been in a while. Let's see how much rain that is through next Wednesday. Now, obviously, you get that far out, you start getting into voodoo land. GFS going 3 to 5 inches of rain. Wow. Don't know that we'll get that much. One can hope. That would help with the drought. AI GFS going 2 to 3. The Euro going 2-ish. Or the Euro AI European model 2 to 4. Yeah, so we need the rain. It may be heading our way. So once again, tracking severe thunderstorms up near Owenton, Kentucky. Pretty strong thunderstorm moving in there right now. Some gusty winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. That little cell just keeps growing southeast. That's what I try to turn into a Boeing segment. Driver Ridge in Williamstown, be on the lookout. You'll have a severe thunderstorm in your neighborhood in about 15 to 20 minutes. Jason, we're actually in some locations running a deficit of 8 to 10 inches, so That would help, but I don't think it would bust the drought. But it would certainly help things, and we would not complain if we got it, as long as it's spread out. So, folks, I'm also just kind of scrolling social media, seeing if any reports are coming in. So we are continuing to track a pretty strong thunderstorm. The lightning is not as intense as it was. I'm gonna pop up the wind. Oh, 8 miles per hour. So we're seeing some gusts of 40 to 50 in there. That's one of the cool things you can do with Doppler radar is Doppler radar actually it measures the velocity the particles are moving in the atmosphere, so it will give you a good estimate of wind speed. So you can use the radar to kind of see how fast the wind is going, or at least get an estimate of it. So, guys, if you're just joining us, it is 7:42. I'm meteorologist Shane Smith, uh, based out of London, Kentucky, although I'm in Lexington, Kentucky this evening. We are tracking few severe thunderstorms. These are not major. They are on the stronger side. Some damaging winds, large hail, intense lightning possible. Check that camera, see how it is. Oh, here we go, here we go. Man, Kentucky has got to get some real-time cameras. Oh, whoops. All right. That is the I-70 or I-71 traffic cam at Gallatin. It's coming down good up there, folks. Yeah, it's a static image, but you can just see how heavy that rain is, how dark it is. Everybody's got their headlights on. It's a pretty good little thunderstorm right there. Look at all that rain gathering on the camera lens. So that's a pretty potent thunderstorm. Oh yeah, look at that. On that image refresh. That is flat coming down. That is some heavy, heavy rain on I-71 in Gallatin County. That's up near the Kentucky Speedway. We are down to the one active severe thunderstorm warning that includes portions of Owen County, Boone and Grant County, and Gallatin County until 8:15. Once again, heavy rain, gusty winds, some intense lightning, a little bit of small hail possible with this thunderstorm. So if you know folks up in northern Kentucky, let them know. Storms are on the way. Actually pop this. Forgive me, folks, trying producing on the fly. Let's see if I can swap out that camera. There we go. Man, that is a good storm right there, my friends. Let me pop over to the TikTok and see if we have any questions. Anything to Frankfurt? We may have a few showers pass north of Frankfurt, but the worst of it staying north of the town. Also got a special weather statement for Scott and Harrison counties. Once again, that's one of those like diet thunderstorm warnings. Pretty good little thunderstorm near Sadieville Not quite severe yet, but it is starting to gather a little strength. All right, folks. So once again, just resetting the stage. Sorry, I've got a couple of different things I'm processing here. So this meteorologist Shane Smith. It is currently 7:50 or about to be 7:50. We are tracking severe thunderstorms moving across northern Kentucky. One active warning in Kentucky right now that does include portions of Owen County, back over into Gallatin County. A couple of the other counties in that. Grant and Boone, and part of Switzerland County up in Indiana. Pretty strong thunderstorm heading towards Dry Ridge and Williamstown as we speak. Crittenden, you're about 10 to 15 minutes away. This thunderstorm does have a history of producing some heavy rain. A little bit of hail, about 1 inch in diameter, west of Louisville. Rising Sun, Indiana. Yes, hang on 1 second. I'll be happy to look that up. Oh, okay. There it is, right on the map, just northeast of VV. Just some steady rain right now. Thunderstorm off to the south. You will see a little bit more rain tonight. Maybe a thunderstorm or two this evening, but nothing major right now. So they should be a-okay. Don't you worry about your kittens, Myrtle. Myrtle. There we go. Myrtle Parker. Thanks for joining us, Myrtle. So we will be staying with this just a little bit longer, friends, and once this warning is allowed to expire, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for the evening. So once again, severe thunderstorm warning continuing until I think it's 8:15. Yep, 8:15 for Grant, Boone, Owen, and Gallatin counties. Weather Service radar indicating 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail possible in this thunderstorm. Should be able to swap that to a camera. Let's see if there's one over. Oh, how do we not have a traffic camera in Dry Ridge? Oh, Kentucky 511, you have failed me, and you have failed the state. Oh, let's see. What was new severe thunderstorm warning for Grant, Campbell, Kenton, Boone, and Pendleton counties. That is going to take us all the way up until looks like 8:45. So we continue to see heavy rain with this thunderstorm, gusty winds. The Weather Service continuing to push new warnings out with it. Trying to see if I can find a traffic cam somewhere around there that's working. This is I-71 at mile marker 73.9. I'm going to load that in there. See if the Mesonet is backing up any of these wind gusts. Curious. I'm going to switch this over to the wind gust map. Some 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts up there showing up. All right, folks. So we continue to have this warning. It's going to go up till 8:45. Now, I'm going to be completely 100% transparent with y'all. I got to start getting ready for bed because I got to get up bright and early to be in at WKYT early tomorrow morning. So at 8 o'clock, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Um, strong thunderstorms are going to continue. I feel like we've just been sitting here watching the radar more than talking about it recently anyway. So we'll kind of wrap things up. I'll set the stage for tonight, and we'll go from there. So the good news is this should be the last of the severe threat once it rolls through. With us losing the heating of the day, now that the sun is setting, and those storms in southern Indiana starting to behave themselves and weaken. Once we get this little cluster on through, here in about the next hour or so, that'll be on out. Severe threat will be wrapping up. May see just a few showers and thunderstorms overnight. The worst of the action still staying well off to our west. It also just blows my mind. We've got winter storm warnings this late in May. Rocky Mountains, man. Tornadoes in the plains. We got thunderstorms here. They got snow in the Rockies. So with that, we're going to go ahead and be wrapping this up. Just watch for a few continued thunderstorms tonight. Any storm that goes up this evening may contain some gusty winds, some brief heavy rain, a little bit of lightning, thunder, hail. Moves into your neighborhood, go indoors, ride it out. Tornado threat is super, super low, and honestly, at this point, I don't think we'll see any tornado warnings. If we do, I will pop back on here. But we'll go ahead and wrap this up. So I am meteorologist Shane Smith. Thanks for joining us. If you like what we did here tonight, or you've got a fascination with Kentucky weather, hit that like or subscribe button, whatever platform you're on, and I'll be happy to bring you the latest in Kentucky weather every day. So until the next time, friends, take care, stay weather aware, and be sure to tune in to WKYT on your television or WKYT Plus, WKYT.com tomorrow morning, as I'll be filling in from 7 to 9 a.m. See you on air.